What is up, PPL fans? Shoutout here, coach of Bayern Munich, and welcome to PPL Season 5, Week 5. Now, before we get into this, Team Builder and Battle are going to be in one video because we played a little late and I made changes to my team until like very much last minute. So, yeah, I didn't record it. I was also lazy. I wasn't called with people, so I didn't record yesterday. So I just do it in one video. It all works out. I'm gonna put a thing in the description where you can skip the team analysis, so that's all fine and dandy if you don't care for these, which most people don't. So yeah. But this week we are of course up against Jolt and his Toronto Staraptors, Jolt from Token Minorities, and this is the game that I think most people have been looking forward to, as I have the best draft, and I think, in my opinion at least, Jolt is probably the best player. As you know, I have a couple people on the same level, but his prep I think is just better than everyone else's in the league. So. That's definitely exciting. Definitely a top tier match. I actually had my team named Titleist Top Tier Thrashing, but then I got a title, so it's unfortunate. Yeah, Jolt is probably, after Mandibuzz, the best player with a league title, and I can't let him win the title in my home ground. That's not possible. I can't let him get a title in the PPL. It's not possible. So I have to beat him. He is currently 2-2. He has had 2 losses in a row now. He's on a losing streak, and I need to keep that going. And I just can't drop to 3-2. That's just not as cool as 4-1, is it? So yeah. However, Jolt is of course a fantastic prepper. Has a really interesting team. His team is good and scary, but it's also just a little weird. So. Yeah, as you can also tell, I'm not showing you team quite yet because there's some stuff happening that you will see. But before we get it, I'm just going to tell you Jolt's team real quick. He has Clefable, Thunderous Eye, Diggersby, Decidueye, Registeel, Keldeo, Rapidash, Drapion, Sliggoo, Diglett, and Mega Slowbro. So, biggest threats are of course Diglett and Sliggoo. Now, he actually just dropped Talonflame and Hitmontop for Keldeo and Rapidash, which I'm honestly super fine with. I can deal with Keldeo just fine. Hitmontop was not relevant because it's a useless piece of shit and a terrible Pokemon. However, Talonflame was a big threat to my team. Rapidash is a decent threat if he brings it. With the life of Rapidash can definitely put in some work against my team with Drill Run, Wild Charge, and all the stuff. Hinpower Grass probably for Toad, and then Flare Blitz. But I don't know if he would bring that. But yeah. Z-move uses are, because Talonflame is gone, Clefable is for all Z-moves, and Thunderous Eye for the offensive Z-moves only. So you only have 2 Z-move users, which is kinda nice, because, you know, Z-moves are broken. I'm 100% expecting Z-move Thunderous. That is just nasty plot with a Z-move, or just nasty plot in general. Just kinda shreds my team. But knowing Jolt, Z-move Clef is entirely possible. He is the best Clefable user out there. That's coming from me, who loves Clef and loves using it. Jolt is just the best at that. So I'm worried about Clef, even though my team has a lot of ways of dealing with it. It's still a threat. So, and then the biggest threat together with Thunderous is obviously Diggersby, as I do have Aerodactyl and Rotom, who both can deal with this dual stab, but it gets coverage for them. And as you will see, I'm not bringing either of them because I am insane. I think I'll work around it. I think it'll be fine. I didn't get swept by Diggersby by Mox, so that's fine, I suppose. And yeah, so also before I get into team, shoutouts to mainly Kyle for helping me with team building, as well as T-Train, who gave me a mock, and then we talked a little bit of the matchup. So much appreciated. Thank you two very much. And now let's just get into team because there's some spice inbound. And as you can see, there's a Glalie on your screen. So, it's the debut of Glalie, and this has a couple of reasons. We're bringing Nevermind Ice with Inner Focus because its other abilities are either banned and moody or completely useless, and I think, what's the other one? Fucking Hail ability? Yeah, Ice Body, fucking useless. So, yeah, bring Inner Focus in case he's fucking Rock Slide Diggersby, I don't know. And then we have Freeze Dry, Ice Shot, Spikes, and Taunt. 212 attack, 52 special attack, and 244 speed with a hasty nature. That speed allows me to outspeed Diggersby. I need to be a thing, if he isn't Scarf, which I don't think he will be. I feel like Setup Buried is most likely, but Scarf is like the second most likely one. I think a JLD is very much a possibility because that just kind of wins late game. That plus Thunderous, I think 2 Cell Sweepers would be very likely for him. You know, and then just depending on what I bring, decide which one is the breaker and which one is just the straight up cleaner. So yeah, But what does Glady do? Well, it hits both of those with an Ice Shot, which is really nice. Special attack enhancement allows me to kill Mega Slowbro with Freeze Dry. I think that's a max speed F1, if I remember correctly. So just in case he is that, you know, I can kill that thing with a Glady. That'd be beautiful. But the main thing Glady's here for is spikes. His only hazard removal is Decidueye, which I don't know if it's gonna come. If it's gonna come, I don't think it's gonna have defog, because he wants rocks up on my side of the field. I have a Zard, and Zard is a spooky guy. I think he also just wants generally chip damage on my team. You could also bring spikes on Diggersby. I can kind of see that, but I think it's just too much of an offensive threat for him to do that. So very unlikely there. T-spikes could also be a problem, but you know, we'll see how that happens. But Glady's job is to go in there, set up them spikes, throw him off a little by being a Glalie, and give me that huge advantage of having spikes on his side, because if I get chip damage off on his team, then things like my Zard are just in a much better position. So Glalie is fantastic in that sense, as you know, it can get spikes fairly reliably actually against his team, as it threatens out things like Thunderous and Diggersby, and it can take a hit or outspeeds the majority of his team. So that's pretty nice. Not the majority, but like a huge part. Only Diglett, Drapion, Rapidash, Keldeo, and Thunderous outspeed it. And they're not all coming. Diglett for sure isn't coming. Drapion, I can see it. I think it's gonna be his kind of Gloomon. And then Keldeo, Rapidash, I think maximum one of those, and then Thunderous is coming. So and if Drapion's coming, I don't think it's going to be max speed, so Glady can outspeed that too. Taunt is there for Clefable and Registeel. Those are his two rockers. I can prevent him getting up rocks, and that's beautiful. So other rockers, Diglett, which dies to an Ice Shot, so all's fine and dandy. And yeah, also those two switches, Clef and Registeel, so I can just taunt those and have them be a lot less annoying to my team. So yeah, Glady's there. Get up them spikes, as many as possible. If you get up all three layers, I'm going to be super duper happy. And if I get an Ice Shot on Thunderous or Diggersby, that's also beautiful. I can also keep this in the back for late game after I get up some spikes and check Thunderous and Diggersby with a Glady. So that's beautiful. So yeah, Glady is there. I'm excited, and hopefully it's going to do some stuff, because I'm playing Jolt, so I have to bring some spice, otherwise I'm just going to get blown back. If I bring like a standard ass team, he's going to expect that and just out prep me. So he's not expecting Glady. I think he's expecting everything else to some extent, but not Glady. I don't think that's possible. I don't think anyone's expecting Glady because it's a fucking bad Pokemon, but it's going to do some stuff this game. So let's get back to the first one I have here on the team and go on with that. We have Tapu Fini, Azura, leftovers Misty Surge, Moonblast, Taunt, Nature's Madness, and Surf. Max CP 116 defense, 140 speed def with Calm Nature. Now, this spread is pretty neat, as it allows me to not get tweaked up by a Scarf Diggersby, barring Gunk Shot or Wild Shot. Of course, those will obliterate me, but I can take 2 returns with the leftovers if rocks aren't up, and 2 earthquakes guaranteed. I think return might be no. I think I can take both guaranteed. So, and speed defense allows me to take. Let's see if I can remember this: a Scald, 2 rock switchins, and 2 hidden power poisons from a Keldeo, Hippo Grass, whatever. So just in case Keldeo's coming, this thing can deal with it reliably. I think that was Life Orb. Pretty sure it was a Life Orb Keldeo I calced. Maybe Specs. I don't remember, but it can take on Keldeo. That's all that matters. Yeah, that's pretty much that. It also allows me to deal with Clefable, deal with Mega Slowbro very reliably, and Registeel as well. So Rapidash can take any hit before and kill it with a Surf. Stagoo I can 1v1 easily. So the thing just beats a lot of his team. I can taunt the Decidueye and prevent it from getting rid of the hazards, which could be kind of nice. Don't think I would do that, but the option is there. Jesus. So yeah, that is Finny. I'm just gonna move on because I'm gonna have a battle in this video as well. Then we have the set that gave me so many headaches. Tien the Jirachi with the Steelium Z, Serene Grass as the ability, Flash Cannon, Thunderbolt, Wish, Calm Mind. Max HP, 68 defense, Bolt Nature, 188 speed. Now, I had a Life Orb Skuntank in the set initially in the slot, but my mocks weren't going well. The first 3 I had. I think I won 1 against Shroom and lost the other 2 against Omega, Jolteon, and T-Train. Shout out to those 2 again. And then against my last mock against Asta, I actually had the set and I managed to win. Well, that was the first time because he crit me, and then we redid it and I won. So yeah. But yeah, This set is really nice, as the 188 speed allows me to hit Diggersby if it isn't Scarf, so that is going to gain me that knowledge of knowing, okay, it's a Scarf Diggersby. I don't think he's going to expect a Z-move on Rachi, because Z-move Rachi is honestly, while it's an option I have, obviously, not that great most of the time, but this matchup I really like it. And with the defense investment I have, I can actually live from full a Jolly Diggersby's Earthquake, which is pretty nice because I can then kill him with a Corkscrew Crash at +1. That's one of the reasons why I have that Z Flash Cannon. Other reasons are Clefable. I think Unaware Clefable is a 150% must bring on his end, which makes it a little less scary, obviously, because Unaware Clef, has fucking Moonlight and can get status, so everything is fine. But yeah, with Corkscrew Crash, I just obliterate that thing. Also allows me to hit Decidueye for a ton of damage, Drapion for a ton of damage, and that's pretty much all I need, because I have Thunderbolt over like NG Ball because I want to hit Thunderous for neutral damage. That'd be nice. Psychic, I didn't like it. I wanted to make a Slowbro because that thing is annoying. And yeah, pretty straightforward. I had a ton of sets. I had, as I said, initially Life of Skuntank. Then I changed it. My idea first was maybe I had a lot of ideas, but I think the main ones I had were 2-attack Wish Protect variant, then a Ironhead U-turn Wish Protect variant, which would be mainly for utility and keeping my team healthy. And then I think Paul was like, bring Calm Mind. I was like, yeah, probably. So I just did that. After thinking a lot and talking to people, everyone was like, Calm Mind's probably better. So I went with that, and hopefully it's gonna work. Next up, we have a little bit more spice. Kind of. We have Bennington the Salvatore with a Life Orb, Water Absorb, Sludge Wave, Earthquake, Grass Knot, and Stealth Rock. 52 attack, 252 special attack, and 204 speed with a naive nature. I think that speed is for the Decidueye. That would make sense. So, the thing is my Stealth Rocker. It's also one of my wall breakers, as it 2 kills Mega Slowbro with the Grass Knot, guaranteed even if it's max special defense. Which I don't think he will be. I think he's definitely going to be Phys Def or very physically bulky with special attack investment, like a modest variant, something like that. Because then he can 2 kill Mazard, even if I'm bulky. So that's a possibility. And Sludge Wave 2 kills the Clefable, which is pretty nice. And Earthquake just hits a lot of other things, like Keldeo, Registeel, other stuff. Sliggoo, that's another thing. So yeah, I had a couple issues with deciding on the set, but ultimately this looks like a good set. I wanted another offensive move over Stealth Rock, like Ice Punch or something of the sort, but alas, I'm gonna have to settle for this. And this can break shit down. If he doesn't bring the Decidueye, he doesn't have a switch into this. That's cool. That's great. I love it. Yeah, there's 7 spent already. You're just here to break shit down. And then I can sweep one of my 2 sweepers, which I'll get into now. And the first one is the second debut of Akiza the Superior with the leftovers Contrary, Leaf Storm, HPI's Toxic, and Taunt with max HP, 12 in Speed and 244 speed and a timid nature. Now, I wanted a bulky Superior. Superior has a fucking fantastic matchup against his team, as he will be scared to bring Registeel, I think, just because I have a Duck Trio and I have a lot of other things that can just hit it. And Sliggoo is a Sliggoo. I don't know if he would bring that. If he does, it's going to be a little annoying to my team, not gonna lie, but I can Toxic it. That's why I have Toxic. That's mainly for that, and of course mainly the Unaware Clefable, which I'm 100% expecting, which is another good check to this. You can also taunt that, so that's cool. Drapion is a good check to it, and then any kind of Scarfer is a good check to it. So, with the HP investment that I have, plus the 12 in Speed, which are the leftovers from what's being Thundery Eye, I have a good chance of taking 2 Flamethrowers or Ice Beams from Mega Slowbro if he's uninvested. With the leftovers, it's like a 35% chance to kill me. So, I put them out of special attack, put them into Speed just to have that roll in my favor. And just overall, I like the bulk of a bulky Superior because it gives me a check to Diggersby. It gives me it allows me to take hits from Clefable and beat it 1v1. It allows me to take a hit from Drapion, if that's his answer, which is fairly likely, as like an AV Drapion just doesn't care. Even like Spidef just doesn't care. Allows me to take hits from Keldeo. Registeel doesn't do much to me. Of course, Salvatores would hurt or annoy, but not that big a deal. And I can take it from Thunderous most of the time, depending on where it is, of course. So, that's all fine, Dandy. I love the set. It's hopefully going to put in a ton of work. One of my biggest win cons. And yeah, with the breaking power of, you know, Shoutout being an offensive breaker, Rachi bringing in stuff and then hopefully killing it, Finny not caring about any wall because it's a top of Finny, and then Glalie spikes, the thing should be able to break down his team late game and then just kind of go in. So now we get into the last mon, and that is of course Dragneel the Zod X with you know, standard stuff: Flabber's, Dragonclaw, Dragonlance Roost, standard garbage, enough speed to outspeed Diggersby, and then the HP investment is so I can take a +2 hidden power round from the Thunderous, because that's a threat and I want to be able to at least take a hit. If you bring Thunderous, I'm probably going to lose to it. I'm super duper weak to it, and you know, that's unfortunate, but we'll see how that goes. But yeah, so this said, I had a lot of ideas over the course of his team changing. I initially had an SD set planned with Flabber's and Thunder Punch because he had nothing for it and would just kind of destroy everything. Then I had a belly drum set in mind because that actually would have done a ton of work to his old team. And now I settled for this set because everything else on my team, all of the other 5 Pokemon, beat Mega Slowbro. That is his answer to this. So if you want to switch into anything else, that thing is gonna die, or at least get weakened heavily, and then Zard can kill it later on. Plus I have the spikes from Glalie, I have the rocks from Salvatore, so Mega Glalie can switch in more than once into the thing without healing. So ultimately I will gain initiative off that Mega Slowbro because he will have to heal. If he doesn't heal, Zard just cleans late game very, very easily. So that's pretty much that. I think I have enough ways of pressuring Mega Slowbro, which wasn't actually intentional, it just kinda happened. And I was like, oh yeah, I can just bring this out set now because everything else beats it. So that's fine. Flabber's 2-hit kills Clefable even with the spread guaranteed if he's max physical defense, so I don't have to worry about Unaware that much if I can weaken it with the spikes and the rocks. Potentially toxic on it as well, or just hitting it with something like Superior. And yeah, so this team is basically designed to allow me to sweep with either Superior or Zod X. I'm hoping it's Zod X. I feel like that is a little more reliable in the long run. Because I can weaken Slowbro so much more effectively than weakening all of his checks to Superior, plus the option of him having a Choice Scarfer. So, yeah, that's the team. I'm just gonna pause and then we'll get into the game, tell me what you think of the team and stuff, and yeah, see you in a bit, I guess. Okay, so here we are at the game. As you can see, Jolt decided to bring Diggersby, Decidueye, Mega Slowbro, Thundee, Drapion, and Clefable. So, nothing surprising there at all. I kinda expected at least one of Registeel, Keldeo, Rapidash. Mainly Keldeo, Rapidash, kind of, but not really. Registeel would have been mainly for rocks. I don't know way of checking Superior, but this is probably the most likely team. Nothing too crazy in that sense, no Diglett or Sliggoo, or something other that would be crazy, or something else would be crazy. But it tells me that his only rocker is Clefable, so he's gonna be Rocks Clefable 100%. I have a Zod X, there's no way he's not bringing rocks, because this team doesn't love it, outside of Mega Slowbro of course. Everything else just kinda dies to it. Like it 2-hit kills Clef, which is the bulkiest thing he has. I think Drapion might be bulky on the physics side, but it also gets 2-hit killed, so, you know. Excuse me. So that's that. And also, he has nothing that immediately threatens my Glalie, more than Glalie threatens it. In the sense that Thunderous and Diggersby are the only things that can actually OHKO me. I think Mega Slowbro might be able to, but you know, all of those are scared of my ice moves. Thunderous and Diggersby, while they might outspeed me, like a Scarf Diggersby, or just, you know, Thunderous in general, they should fear the Sash. They should fear the Ice Shot as well. So both of those. That means I can just lead up with my Glalie and get up my spikes. I'm just gonna hit that play button. I'll get right into the game. Oh yeah, shout out to Kelly for recording the match and Blue Rogue for joining my team's links in the description below. Make sure to check them out, as well as other PPL links. So, you're challenged by Pokemon trainer Jolt, and as you can see, he leads up with Escobar. That is his Diggersby, and I'm gonna lead off, as I said, with my Glalie. Now, turn 1. I want to get damage off on this Diggersby. It's probably the biggest threat to my team, and I just want to go for Ice Shot. So go for Ice Shot on this Diggersby, and that does a ton of damage. This thing's already below half, which means I don't have to use my Z move on it with Jirachi to kill it. So he goes for U-turn. That does run half, telling me that he is most likely a Scarf variant with the U-turn and stuff. So in my mind, he's a Scarf Lady. So he isn't Clefable. As that, this is only Stealth Rocker, so I'm clicking Taunt. He's not getting up rocks right now, and he can't kill me with Moonblast either. So that's all fine, dandy. As he does go for Stealth Rock, so we're already at a huge advantage because I can now get up a first layer of spikes, and we're looking pretty. So I get those spikes up as he's gonna just fire off a Moonblast, but that doesn't kill me because Glady is the greatest, and we're gonna live on 10 HP. And I decide to set up my second layer of spikes as I don't want to switch into my Jirachi on a potential Flamethrower or Fire Blast. That just doesn't seem like a smart idea, so probably should have done it and kept my Glady around, but you know, alas, these things happen. So Glady goes down, but it goes up 2 layers of spikes and over half on the Diggersby, so that's all fine, dandy, and prevented Clefable from getting a rock. So what I can do now is go into my Jirachi, and since he didn't show the fire move, I'm going to expect he doesn't have it maybe, and just set up a Calm Mind on its face. As he goes into Duffy, that is his Thunderous. Now, since I'm only a +1 and not +2, this could be a bit of a problem. As like a Dark Hole Eclipse can, I think, still kill me, maybe, but I also never switch in, so I'm just gonna have to risk that and just go for the T-Bolt as he actually switches out. So that is interesting. Not exactly sure why, but he goes into I guess he wants to go Drapion trying to catch me on Psychic, but I don't have Psychic, so I go for T-Bolt. That does a ton to his Drapion, and I get the Para. Doesn't really matter because he wasn't Scarf otherwise, or he wasn't fast enough towards PP, I'm pretty sure. So I can just go for the Flash Cannon, knock him out. With that T-Bolt damage, I knew that he was in range. He was definitely not bulky enough to live this. So Drapion goes down, and we're looking really good right now. He brings in Ventura, that is his Decidueye, and I'm clicking Corkscrew Crash. After the Spikes damage, I have a chance to kill him. Depending on his set, I will kill him. Turns out he's a Scarf Decidueye and goes for the Spirit Shackle. Thankfully, my Rachi is really fat and I can take this, but Scarf Decidueye, very interesting. It means Diggersby is Scarf and this is Scarf. And now we can go for the Corkscrew Crash. Since he is Scarf, I'm guaranteed to kill him. If it was like a max death rate, I think he could have lived, but then I would have also just like straight up eaten Corkscrew Crash. So the reason I didn't just go for a safe regular old Flash Cannon was, for one, it wouldn't have done much, and two, I didn't want him to defog. So if I can continue to kill him, I'll take it. So Corkscrew Crash, the probably dopest looking Z-move comes in, and Jesus, look at that, so fucking cool. And this just drops to that, so Rashi just getting up 2 kills, spikes are up, and we're looking really good. So he brings in Diggersby, and I want to know if this thing is Scarf. I can't risk going to Superior on Earthquake, this thing is too much of a threat. So I'm just gonna stay in. As he goes for the Earthquake, and he turns out to be Scarf. So Rachi goes down, but it didn't do a ton of work, and we're looking pretty. He's not getting rid of rocks because his hazard removal is, spikes, his hazard removal is gone. So Diggersby knocks me out with the Earthquake, and I decide that I don't want him to, yeah, I go into my side sword essentially, and I click Stealth Rock, expecting him to switch, even if he doesn't switch, because I was kind of expecting him not to do that, honestly. I know I can take an Earthquake, and getting up my rocks means Superior is in a much better position because I want to get damage off on the Thunderous. So, go for my rocks. Earthquake is going to, of course, 2 kill me as he does make the play of predicting the Stealth Rocks. Good play on his end, a bit risky, but yeah, something goes down. If I click Earthquake there, oh man, these people have been gone, and I think I would have been in an amazing position. But you know, these things happen. As now I can bring in my Superior. He is still obviously locked into Earthquake, and I can just fire a Leaf Storm with the rocks up. I might just be able to win the game now. So he brings Duffy, and that is his Thundy Eye. He takes the rocks damage, and he's going to take this Leaf Storm to the face. So the first Leaf Storm of the season. It's a beautiful animation, and that does a good chunk, bringing him down to around half. And from this range, a +2 HPI should kill him. So I'm just gonna go for that, and he is Scarfed as well. Motherfucker! He has 3 Scarfers. What is this madness? Thankfully, that does less than half. But what the fuck, Jolt? It's fucking bullshit. So he brings in Clefable. It's going to reveal that it is in fact unaware by taking the rocks and the spikes damage. But what I can do is actually just taunt him on the following turn, preventing him from healing up or anything, you know, anything of the sort. And that's absolutely nothing because I'm uninvested. Clefable's fat and is unaware, of course. So he doesn't reveal the item. I thought I saw leftovers, but I didn't. I guess I'm just crazy. So I'm going to taunt him. He can't go for anything scary, except he goes for the Z move, which I wasn't sure what it was. As it turns out, this is a Twinkle Tackle coming my way. Look at Fable's fucking face. It's beautiful. So he's going to go for the Twinkle Tackle, and I'm just probably going to die because this is a Z move. And Z moves are stupid. And look at this animation. It's ridiculous. What is this? But turns out Clayable is weak as shit, and Superior is a fucking monster. Just eats that up, which allows me to get up a Leaf Storm on the thing and put it in guaranteed range for my Zard. So if I went for 2 Leaf Storms, the thing still wouldn't have died. So you know, it's whatever. And he's gonna knock me out with the Moonblast. So yeah, I didn't play it perfectly. I didn't. There are a lot of things, a lot of thoughts that I'm not getting out right now because I just don't remember what exactly I'm going for. But what I can do now, since he is still taunted, I can go into my Zard, I can set up a Dragon Dance, and if he stays in, makes that misplay or try to sack something that isn't Slowbro, he's in a bad position. So I'm just gonna make that play. He does make the best play that he has of going into his Mega Slowbro because it can still take a +1 Dragon Claw even after that damage. Even a +2/1 he can take. He doesn't have to worry about anything. And even if it was SD, he doesn't have to worry unless I have Quick Attack. So, which at this point, I would have preferred to have SD and Quick Attack and Thunder Punch, honestly. But I got a Dragon Dance, and my play here is switching out into my Tapu Fini. This thing can't touch me. He's likely to just go for the Slack Off. And then I'm in a good position because Fini essentially just grabs a kill, as the Slowbro is going to get weakened to the point where Zard can kill it the next time it comes in, and Thundurus and Diggersby are both obviously very much in range to die from Moonblast on the switch, and so he's just gonna make up. Thankfully he does not pull a double that I was kinda thinking he might do, which was probably way too risky, so Zagoff was definitely his play, I agree there. And if you pull a double there, that would be insane and just crazy, and yeah. So he goes for the Slack Off, and now I'm clicking Moonblast. I don't want him to get a free switch into one of his 2 other things on my pretty taunt. I never expect me to have taunt. I get a special tag drop, which is huge because now the Psyshock is going to do absolutely nothing, as you can see, and I get my leftovers back, and I'm just going to keep clicking Moonblast, I think. Let me check if I do. Yeah, I clicked taunt this turn, okay, because I didn't think he would go into one of his 2 threats, and I think he would just try to Slack Off this turn. I get him there, and because even if he did Psyshock there, I could just Moonblast the following turn, and then he would, after switch and be in range for my Zard. So he switches out here, as I go for Moonblast. Oh, Clefable is still alive, yeah, I forgot about that. And Fini is gonna go for the Moonblast and knock out this Clefable after he has his damage. I prefer if this died to Spikes to Clearly got a kill, but you know, it happens. So I'm gonna go for the Moonblast and knock out the Clefable. Fini picking up its 2nd kill of the game, now up to 5 kills with Jirachi. I think 5 kills, 4 kills? Was it the 2nd kill? I don't even remember. It has kills and stuff. I think it's gonna get the 2nd kill here against the Mega Slowbro because I beat the thing 1v1. There's no way the thing beats me, so I'm gonna pick up my 2nd KO here. More than likely. As I'm just gonna go for the Moonblast. I don't think he's gonna try to Slack Off again. He might try to pull some crazy double, but Moonblast is my safest play as I get another special attack drop. And this Psyshock once again is gonna do absolutely nothing. And I'm back to full, and with leftovers I'm going to be pretty much back to full again, and after 2 rounds of leftovers I'm, you know, basically at full, as I'm just going to go for another Moonblast. It's going to pick up a kill at this point, and he needs his other 2 offensive threats. He can't switch out, so Slowbro goes down, and now I can win with my Zard. So, the thing goes down, and we're looking pretty alright, because now he's going to Thundurus. Now this is where it gets a little problematic. This comes down to a 50-50. I'm expecting to have Volt Switch, so I think my play is going into Zard and then taking 2 Earthquakes from my Fini, because I can still take 2 Earthquakes from his Diggersby. If he locks himself into return, I can then Dragon Dance with Zard on it and win the game. So I'm going to go into my Zard here, hoping that he does go for like a Thunderbolt or Volt Switch. He goes for U-turn. Didn't think of that. I don't know why. So he gets a 50-50 right. If I stayed in there and just clicked Moonblast, I would have won the game right there. However, I can still win because my Fini still has a really good chance of taking 2 Earthquakes because of the investment that I have. So if I take 2 Earthquakes on a switch and right here, I have to switch because Zard guaranteed dies to an Earthquake. I win the game. So I'm gonna go into my Fini as he's gonna go obviously just for the safe Earthquake. And since he doesn't have Stealth Rock up, since I prevented them very nicely with my daily, I can still take these. So he's gonna go for Earthquake, and this all comes down to damage roll essentially. That's what this game comes down to. He gets a decent roll here on the first one. And now I'm in range for, well, only one of the highest rolls he can get can kill me. He has to get pretty much an absolute max roll to kill me with Earthquake. So I should have this game unless I get unlucky here. And as you can see, I die. that was pretty much a max roll, unless he was adamant, which I don't think he was. I didn't actually ask him, but so Zara's gonna go down to just Earthquake as well, and yeah, we lose 2-0 to Jolt and they turn to Staraptors. GG Jolt, that was a fantastic game. I was mad for about 2 minutes and then I realized that's stupid, and it was a really good game, and that the high roll kinda only made up for me getting 2 special attack drops on him, really. As without those 2 special attack drops, I would not have been in range to live 2 Earthquakes anyway. So yeah, basically it all evened out, I think. But yeah, if I got the little 50-50 energy right at the end right, then I would have had the game. But I wasn't really a 50-50 at that point, just because as I said, my Finny could live 2 Earthquakes, and if he just clicked Thunderbolt or Volt Switch there, I was guaranteed to lose. So yeah, if I knew he had U-turn over Volt Switch, I don't think he had shown at that point. Pretty sure he intentionally didn't show me against my Jirachi. Then I probably would have taken the option of staying in, as Volt Switch, if he had it, was his pretty much risk-free. Not risk-free, but yeah, it wasn't risk-free. Was probably his best play though. U-turn was very much more in the 50-50 than Volt Switch, I feel. I don't know. I'm just saying things at this point, but yeah, it's annoying, but it was a really good game, so I can't even be that upset. Didn't get to beat Jolt. That's the one thing I want. Of course, Jolt gets lucky. We'll ignore the 2 special attack drops and just say he got lucky. Mathematically, I think 2 Moonblast drops are still a higher chance than 1 high roll. I think. I don't know. I don't remember what the exact rolls exactly were, but whatever. I'm not gonna complain. I'm just fucking around. But yeah. Again, GG Jolt. I should check out his channel. He's, as I said, one of the best drafting players around, and probably the best at prep in the league. Motherfucker brought 3 Scarfers. I fucking hate you, Jolt. Yeah, but MVP probably gonna be Finny or Rachi. If I can be fucked to actually edit it in this time, because I'm recording this on Monday because of the day off, so we'll see how that goes. But yeah, we move on to 3-2, still a +1 differential, so that's, you know, not great, but it's a positive differential, so I'll take it. And next week is a break week, so there will be no PPL upload next week. Don't hold your breath, there will be nothing. There is a week where you can just all chill. You know, some people can catch up with uploads, as Jordan, for example, had PC issues for the entire time. And there was a makeup game that still has to be played, so that's all going to happen in that week. But I won't have a video, at least not a PPL video. I'll see if I can get something else up. And yeah, but after that, we go up against my very good friend Polymac and his West Coast Wingles, and he has been on an absolute tear so far this season. Well, after his first 2 weeks, which he lost, he then has just been playing phenomenally, and just catching all those W's. I don't say double wins, that doesn't make sense. But yeah, he has a super duper scary team. He has a guard comp, which scares me, and other things that scare me, like Thundy T. So just play Thundy I, not play Thundy T, and I want to die. So yay. Yeah, that's that's that. Tell you think of the team, tell you think of the game, because you know I now have to do both in this video. And yeah, show some love to all the PPL links in the description below. Buy some Bayern Munich merch if you want to. You don't have to, you know, just if you want to. And check out Jolt, of course. So that's gonna be it. Thank you all for watching. Make sure to leave a like, leave a comment, leave some nudes. I will appreciate all 3 of those, and hopefully see you guys next time. Goodbye.